use of Wildcat radio broadcasts without the express written consent of the University of Arizona is strictly prohibited. The general manager of Arizona Sports Enterprises is Brian Rooney. Follow the Wildcats throughout the season on this station and the platforms of Arizona Sports Enterprises.
Go! Go! Wildcats, go! Arizona and on!
Hi, this is Tim Couch, retired NFL quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, partner at Meridian Wealth Management, and proud member of Meridian's Tucson Advisory Business Council. It's my favorite time of year, college football season. I've always been a proud Wildcat. As our firm has grown in Tucson with Ruben and Natalie Fernandez, I now cheer on 2 Wildcats every year. My alma mater of Kentucky, of course, and our U of A Cats. Here's to a great football season, and go Cats.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
If you're feeling overwhelmed by the thought of a home remodel, don't stress. The Window Depot is here to help. At the Window Depot, we're your one-stop warehouse for everything you need for your next remodel. Windows? Check. Doors? Got it. Cabinets, countertops, and everything in between, you'll find it all here at the lowest prices. Whether it's a kitchen, bathroom, or whole home makeover, our experienced designers are ready to bring your dream home to life, all at unbeatable prices. Find a location near you or shop online at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
At Goldberg and Osborne, we know Arizona. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we've fought and won cases for the injured since 1989. Throughout our history, we've approached every case with a single focus: you. And we've got thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Put us to work for you by calling 1-800-THE-EAGLE today.
Graduating from high school, I realized that I didn't have all the tools I needed to help me in the next chapter of my life. The Earn to Learn program has helped me pursue my passion for early childhood education with confidence, and the financial education supported by Hughes Federal Credit Union has been invaluable to prepare me for my university career and the world beyond.
Find out how Hughes and Earn to Learn join forces to support student success at hughesfcu.org/earn-to-learn. Insured by NCUA. Certain restrictions apply.
Looking for top-notch lumber and framing? Johnson Manley Lumber has been your trusted expert since 1970, specializing in both residential and commercial projects. Our experienced teams, cutting-edge technology, and reliable supply chain ensure your framing is on time and on budget every time. We're proud to be employee-owned and community-rooted in Tucson. Learn more at johnsonmanley.net. Proud supporter of the University of Arizona radio broadcast. Go Wildcats!
Do you often worry you left your garage door open? With the LiftMaster Garage Door Opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit kaisergarage.com to learn more.
Bear down, Wildcats fans. This is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Brought to you by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed. Life well lived. This is the home of your Arizona Wildcats. Wildcats Radio 1290.
The holder is Jake Sock, long snapper Jacob Garza. 41-yard attempt almost straight away for Ethan Sanchez to win the game for Houston. If not, we go to overtime. There's the snap, ball down, kick is up, plenty of distance, and it is good, and Houston wins the game. Ethan Sanchez made it look easy. And Houston goes to 6-1. They're bowl eligible. Houston 31, Arizona 28. That is your final here in South Texas.
Yeah, well, let's get back to that. It is Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day, part 2 of the program. Arizona football loses 31-28 down at Houston. The good news is Arizona basketball won their exhibition today, 81-68 over St. Mary's. So we can talk about that. We'll talk about it all. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. It is 4:42, so we'll probably go till maybe around 6 o'clock tonight. If you want to, chime in and go a little bit longer, we can certainly do that as well. If you got a lot that you want to say about Arizona football and or Arizona basketball today. It has been a long day. We started this journey at 4:30 in the morning, and now we are on the final leg of it. Just got back from McHale Center and the basketball game. A few quick takeaways for me. Braden Burries, we've kind of just said a little bit of the kind of player that Braden Burries, the freshman guard, can be for this team. I mentioned in the press conference and asked Tommy Lloyd earlier this week about whether what John Rothstein, the CBS writer, had said about him potentially being a guy that could take late shots and late shots at the end of the clock for you, kind of be that go-to guy, and he might be. Didn't really take any threes today, but I really like his touch. I really like his soft touch in the mid-range. That was exciting to see from Braden Burries. He started, as did freshman Koa Pete. Koa's got the body. I need to see a little bit better defense from Koa. I thought he got beat on some back doors in the game today, so I want to see him be a little bit more attentive there. And defensively, Moteus Krivas' lower extremities must be perfectly fine because he was jumping up and down. I mean, literally jumping up and down like a jumping bean at every inbound. Every time he was guarding an inbounds pass, I'm like, oh my gosh, this kid he's just like got a whole lot of energy. That's good to see, though. His lower extremities are good. He's bouncing around out there. I like to see that for sure. And anytime you can get 17 rebounds, I mean, we're not going to sneeze at that. And I guess maybe the question is going to be, where's the outside scoring going to come from? Anthony Del Orso went 1 for 7 from 3. As a team, they went 4 for 16. So that's a question. That's obviously a question that we'll need to answer going forward on this basketball team. Who's going to be that outside shot for this team this season? Those are my top takeaways from the basketball game. Joined on the program on this leg of it by Glenn Howe, the tight end from the class of 1985. And Glenn, let me ask you in terms of I don't know if you went back and watched you had a few hours to watch the tape potentially, or go back and watch a few things. Any new thoughts since we last spoke here a few hours ago?
That's stop the run.
The run.
I mean, that was one of my main things is, in the pregame show is stop the run, and we just couldn't stop the run. We couldn't get the ball back. It just was just not happening. We got to figure that out. We got a week off, and the guys played hard though. They played hard. I didn't see any guys that, we came back from 14. That was good that we came back, and then just people just are just going crazy online. When I'm going to stay offline.
Yeah, just stay offline.
I am. I'm going to stay offline because
it's looking at all of that.
It's just ridiculous how they think that Brennan should be.
It's ridiculous that I think there's a segment of this fan base that believes that this is Alabama or Texas. That's the ridiculous part.
I know. They think that we should be 12-0 or something. Maybe every couple of years we might get to that.
Maybe.
But come on.
Yeah, maybe.
Just let's be realistic. I think we're in a good spot. I think the program's in a good direction. I think that we're moving in that direction. We get some more pieces to the puzzle, and I think we're going to start. These guys are playing hard. They're playing hard, and they know that they can win. They just got to clean up some stuff and just keep playing hard. And they have a week off, and they'll just heal up and play hard in Colorado.
Obviously frustrating because these games have been close, and you hate to lose close games. And once again, in this game, we saw Dan Campbell Brennan go for it three times on fourth down. There's a lot of people that maybe think that he shouldn't have gone for it. The one time that they did near the end of the first half, look, and I talked about this last week, I got no problem with him being aggressive. Yep. I got absolutely no problem with Brent Brennan being aggressive, especially when you looked at the fact that if you had kicked it there, that's like a 46-yard field goal. That's a 46-yard field goal with the, no offense to Michael Salgado Medina, but he's not been good outside of 40. So again, it goes back to a little bit of what they were talking about earlier this week. Seth Dagey, I want to put the ball in the hands of my number one guys. Obviously Noah Fafita being one of those guys.
He should have pulled it,
and that was that. Remember, we had the caller last week. We had the caller last week that said he felt like Noah was missing zone read opportunities. That was one. That was exactly one of those where he should have kept it.
So hard they called the ambulance for it. Man. I swear to you, he crashed so hard that thing was. I mean, he crashed so hard on that edge, and I'll know if he had pulled that, he would have walked for like 15 yards.
Yeah, so. it's and I don't know, like where do you begin to fix that? Where do you begin to fix just that element of getting Noah better? And don't get me wrong, young man had an unbelievable game passing the football. Yeah. Unbelievable game passing the football. 24 of 26. I mean, you don't get too many perfect opportunities in college football. So in terms of throwing the ball, he was dynamic in this ball game. Took 4 sacks. Probably would preferred not to seen him take 4 sacks in that ball game, and I will go back. We'll go back and see if there was opportunities there for him to get rid of any of those. I think the first one I remember, just the first one on that first series, he kind of pump faked it like he wanted to throw it, and then pulled it back and took the sack. So you got to be a little bit more. And I mentioned that on the pregame that I wanted to see Noah be more decisive in his decision making there. So I thought maybe he could have gotten rid of the ball there, but took a sack. Maybe what he was looking at wasn't there anymore, and he didn't want to try to force something there. And he's kind of in the middle of the pocket, and so sometimes it's tough to throw the ball away there when you're in the middle of that pocket. But yeah, that was an opportunity for him to run the football. And again, you only needed to get 1 yard. But I'll go back to what I've said my entire football life. If you can't get 1 yard running the football, you're not going to win a whole lot of football games.
Yeah.
You've got to have an offensive line that is good enough to line up and get 1 stinking yard. 1 yard. If you can't line up and get 1 yard, then you got issues offensively.
Yeah. I think that some of those sacks, if Noah would have got rid of the ball a little faster, like you said, I think he could have got rid of the ball. You got to give these guys up front. I thought they blocked well for the run a little bit. I thought they did block well. They have to get better, more movement up front, I think, on some of those plays that they're going inside the guards and everything. And then the holding penalties, that just was not. We got to get rid of those. We got to get rid of the holding.
We had gotten rid of them at least last week. But
I know, but
they came back.
They came back, and it was a crucial one too.
Yeah.
Chubba.
And we'll hear from Noah. Noah spoke after the game. We'll hear from Noah Fafita. We'll hear from Max Harris. We'll also hear from Brent Brennan with the assembled media of one, the beat writer for the paper, who was the only one that was there after the ball game. But let's just put it this way: another penalty that Brent Brennan was not real happy with was the sideline interference that apparently was Bobby Wade. I didn't see it. I'll have to go back and review that. I don't know. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
I don't even know if they showed it or not.
No, they didn't show
it. But it was Bobby Wade, and needless to say, Brent Brennan was not real happy with that. You'll hear what he had to say about that right there. So 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number. Again, we'll probably go till around 6 o'clock. So get in while you can. We'll hear from Noah Fafita and Max Harris, as well as Coach Brennan. We'll also get you some post-game from McHale Center. from the basketball side as well. 81-68, Arizona basketball beats St. Mary's. 31-28, Arizona football loses to Houston. Along with Glenn Howe, I'm David Kelly. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
There are many reasons you might need Dorado Rockin' Materials. A few bare spots in the yard. The driveway needs filling in. Or it could be that the yard needs a whole makeover. Whatever the reason, if your yard has the summertime blues, Dorado Rockin' Materials has everything from sand to boulders and every rock and pebble in between. If you need help spreading it, we have options for that too. Call 400-4233. Dorado Rockin' Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
ABC Water and Air, your local comfort experts. Proudly serving Tucson and surrounding areas with HVAC and plumbing services you can trust. Fast, affordable, and reliable. Got a breakdown? They guarantee service within 24 hours. From AC tune-ups to plumbing inspections and duct cleaning, they've got you covered. Ask them about their True Tune-Up Gold Package. It's more than just a checkup. Call 520-812-1597 or visit abcwaterandair.com. ABC Water and Air, always bringing comfort.
From the shadows of your bathroom comes a villain with 2 pinchers, 1 stinger, and 0 respect for your home.
Scorpions can make your home feel like a scary movie. At Blue Sky Pest Control, we rewrite the script. We keep scorpions out of your home so your story stays drama-free. Call Blue Sky Pest Control today. Hello, Blue Sky. Goodbye, scorpions.
At Goldberg and Osborne, we know Arizona. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we've fought and won cases for the injured since 1989. Throughout our history, we've approached every case with a single focus: you. And we've got thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Put us to work for you by calling 1-800-THE-EAGLE today.
Looking for top-notch lumber and framing? Johnson Manley Lumber has been your trusted expert since 1970, specializing in both residential and commercial projects. Our experienced teams, cutting-edge technology, and reliable supply chain ensure your framing is on time and on budget every time. We're proud to be employee-owned and community-rooted in Tucson. Learn more at johnsonmanley.net. Proud supporter of the University of Arizona radio broadcast. Go Wildcats.
Looking for quality windows without the wait? Come to the Window Depot. We carry a huge selection of Milgard windows, in stock now and ready for pickup. Need something custom? No problem. From new construction to full home replacement, we'll help you order the perfect Milgard windows built to fit your space, style, and budget. Whether you're a homeowner or contractor, the Window Depot makes it easy to get the windows you need fast. Visit thewindowdepot.com to find a location near you and see why we're your Milgard window experts.
It's your time to shine. This is Desert Diamond Casino, the spot with Arizona's only hometown sportsbook, the hottest slots and tables, and off-the-charts energy you won't find anywhere else. Here, there's always a fun-filled, action-packed, downright unforgettable night right around the corner. So let your hair down, turn the sparkle all the way up. It's time to live the diamond life. Desert Diamond Casino.
An enterprise of the Thana Ogden Nation.
Hey, it's Mrs. HVAC. If you're anything like me, a mom, a wife, and maybe a little bit crazy about the air I breathe and the water I drink, then listen up. Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing has you in mind with our home wellness check. That's 3 visits a year to make sure your AC is happy, your plumbing isn't plotting against you, and your water isn't secretly weird. We'll even test your water quality because you deserve spa water, not swamp vibes. Let's keep your home sane, even if you're not. Call us today or book online at picturerockscooling.com.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rockin' K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. 6 model homes are now open to tour at Del Webb at Rockin' K. Here, life is about more than just beautiful homes. It's about the experiences waiting outside your front door at this new 55-plus active adult neighborhood. LiveRockinK.com. Designed by Nature. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Up your game in a new Buick or GMC from Royal Buick GMC. At Royal, we always deliver a quality vehicle at a great price. Score a great deal with our no-pressure, non-commissioned sales staff and our transparent online pricing. Plus, Royal offers a 72-hour buyback guarantee. Score big at Royal Buick GMC, the dealership that's different. See dealer for details. Royal Buick GMC in the Tucson Auto Mall or RoyalTucson.com.
Our Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Gameday postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now, back to your host, David Kelly, the tight end, Glenn Howell, and the captain, Kelvin Ifon.
A long snap count. Here comes the rush. Pump fake again. Gets away. Fires on the run. Caught for the first down and more. And there goes Trey Spivey. He's going to score. 10-5. Touchdown, Arizona.
That's a big-time play. Noah Fafita eludes the rush and finds Trey Spivey on a slant route. Puts it right on him, and he just takes it to the house.
Spivey in motion left to right. Noah, if he takes the snap here, a rare one under center. He'll hand off to Spivey around the left-hand side. Turns the corner, headed for the corner. He's in. Touchdown, Arizona.
That's an excellent call by Arizona. Perfectly blocked. It was just a race to the sideline, and Spivey won that one with flying colors.
Trey Spivey, that will be his first rushing touchdown as a Wildcat.
Red Zone Trey Spivey, 2 touchdowns today for your Arizona Wildcats, but the Wildcats fall in Houston by a score of 31-28. They fall to 4-3 on the season, now 1-3 in the Big 12. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. A lot of craziness happening today. It has just gone final up in Tempe. How about this? Arizona State on your Goldberg and Osborne scoreboard. Arizona State knocks off Texas Tech 26-22. They were ahead in this game, I think 17-6. Texas Tech came back and took the lead at 22-19, and then Arizona State scored late, and they win it in Tempe over the number 7 team in the nation who had come in undefeated on the season. So a big win there by the kids up in Tempe as they now go to 3-1. So now there's a stack of 3-1 teams. Houston is 3-1. We are 3-1 is Arizona State, and Texas Tech also in that neighborhood of 3-1 right now. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get on the program. Glenn Howe joins me. Trey Spivey, just tremendous hands. Glenn, that was another. We saw it a couple of weeks ago. I think it was the game against Oklahoma State. A couple of balls that maybe weren't right on him, but he was able to. But they were in front of him, so he was able to make the catch. Today, again, that throw from Noah was low, but he went down at his knees in stride and caught it in motion and spread it away from the entire defense to score that touchdown.
Yeah, and a great throw. I thought it was a great throw that Noah did, even though it was low. He threw a bullet, man. He threw a bullet, and he made some great throws on the run today. I thought it was good. And Trey, we just got to use him more. We got to use him more. He's got to get more involved in the offense. I mean, I like the way they spread it out, though. Barmore, the tight end, he's a guy that caught 100 balls last year at his college. He can catch the ball. He can get open. He's 6'6". We got to use that. We use those guys a lot more today. So I thought that was really good.
4 catches for 42 yards for Cameron Barmore. Yeah.
I think that's a good thing. We're losing by a little bit, and I hate to say the guy that said that you lose by a little, and you lose a little more, and then you win by a little, then you win by a lot. I think we're at that spot right now.
Yeah, it is. That's exactly where you are right now, and you could tell it's very frustrating for the players and the coaches and again, I was at the basketball game and somebody walked up to me and because I've said I think the goal for this team is to go to a bowl game. That to me that was the number one goal from the start of the season was to become bowl eligible. And I had somebody walk up to me at the basketball game and said, "Do you see 2 more wins? Do you see 2 more wins for this team? They got to go to Colorado." And again, it was the worry that I had was this is a team that has not played well here or has not played well on the road. Yeah, they have not played well on the road. And obviously they did not win. I thought they played, again, defensive was not great. Offense maybe had 2 drives where they kind of slipped up, but for the most part, the offense was really good today. But still not able to close. Still not able to close games, and that's frustrating. Do I see 2 more wins? I do. I still do see 2 more wins. Again, you're going to have some tough. You got and it starts at home. You've got to close home. You got to close these games at home. You got Kansas, that's going to be at home. You got Baylor, that's going to be at home. Yeah. You got to at least. I can't think. You got to at least win one of those games, and there's still a road game out there to be won, whether that's Colorado or Cincinnati. I don't think either one of those teams is dramatically better than Arizona. But like you just said, Glenn, it's going to come down to how they can perform in close games. And right now, so far, at least in the last 2 weeks, they have not been able to navigate that piece.
And you got to think that these players are thinking, man, I hope they're just thinking that we're a good team. We just gotta we gotta get it over the top. We have not. We got to find it within ourselves to get over the top and play a little harder. Get more, in that winning, that winning attitude of getting over the top. And I think that these guys they just got to put it together. And this next week is going to show, see if we can really be ready, and that Colorado game is going to tell you if we're going to get 2 more wins.
It is.
Because if we lay an egg in Colorado, we're done.
All right, so let's. I didn't get this in at the top, so let's pause here for station identification. You're listening to Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media Station. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media Station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290. And it is Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day, the post-game show. This is still a football post-game show, but we can talk basketball with you if you were at McKell Center. I'd like to hear what you had to see. I gave you my top takeaways from the game today. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. We kind of saw a bit of what the rotation is going to look like in terms of Tommy Lloyd's group. Not a whole lot. Let's see, how many guys ended up playing? Significant minutes in this game. We had 8 guys that played double-digit minutes. Evan Nelson, 10 minutes off the bench. Ivan Karchenkov got 24 minutes as well. He finished 4 of 7 with 9 points in the game. You had your 5 starters. Obviously, they all played over 20 minutes, and Dwayne Aristote off the bench also played 20 minutes in that game. So there was a core 8 that got significant minutes for Tommy Lloyd in this ball game today. But again, two glaring numbers that come out: 13 of 25 at the line. I think that'll get better. I mean, that'll get better for this team. Again, you're playing without Toby Awaka today. I guess there was something happened in practice to Toby, a minor situation, according to Brody Dryden on the broadcast, or Brody and Ryan on the broadcast. So they held him out of the game today. So it was a little bit different rotation. And again, you had to go out there and play 40 minutes. You don't play 40 minutes like Tommy said. You don't play 40 minutes in practice. So the rotation was a little bit different than it might have been without there. And again, Anthony Del Orso finished 6 of 12. The 1 of 7 from 3 kind of jumps out at you. You'd like to maybe see him make a few more of those, especially he had some wide open looks that he did not knock down. That's going to be key. I said it before. I think that's going to be key. Who's that guy? Is Anthony? Is he going to be that guy you can depend on to knock down 3-4 threes a night? To keep those defenses honest. Jaden hit a couple, but I still don't think Jaden Bradley is a three-point shooting point guard for this team. I don't know if that's something you want him to be, a guy that's going to go out there and take 6 to 8 threes every ball game. And again, Braden only took 1. I liked his touch, but that was mostly from 2. Mid-range was nice. Is he that guy that can step out and take some threes as well on this offense? So there's a lot of questions to be answered. They've got 9 days before the next exhibition game at McHale Center. That'll be against Embry-Riddle from up the road here in Arizona. Okay, did we beat the book today?
Did the Cats beat the spread? It's time to find out how we bet the book and if we beat the book. Bet the Book is sponsored by Casino del Sol. Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
All right, well, Kelvin is not...
Bet the Book is sponsored by Casino del Sol. Casino del Sol, home
Be
of
quiet.
award-winning
Your turn to talk is over. Kelvin is not here, but Kelvin got it right today. He had Arizona. I'm sorry, he had Houston plus the 1.5, and he had the over at 47.5. So Kelvin catches 2 tickets today. You and I, Glenn, we both took Arizona and laid the 1.5, and we both took the under, thinking that was going to be a defensive battle, and that went out of the window very quickly. With 21 points right off the bat.
Yes, that was that they took that out right away.
Yeah, that was a little scary. There was the one drive in I think it was the second quarter, where Noah just absolutely lit it up. I think he went 7 for 7 on that drive. I thought, again, I think he's had at least one other drive like that this season, but that was exciting to watch, that particular drive. I thought that was for sure one of the best drives of the season for this offense.
Yeah, absolutely. That he was just throwing the rock, just beautiful spirals and hitting guys when they can make a move. And I like to see what the yards after catch was after these guys. A lot of these guys were making yards after catch. Some yak because they were getting the ball. He was hitting the ball at the right spot, and he saw the field a little bit better today.
Yeah, they only had. Again, because of what happened in the middle 8, and you had that you had a 6.5 minute drive for Houston and a 9-minute drive there. They only had 8 possessions. In this game, both teams I think only had 8 possessions in this game, which is low, I think, for a college football game.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
57 plays.
Yeah.
That's all we had, 57, and
yeah.
they had 68.
Yeah.
That's low.
And the other and I think that I mentioned the other thing that stood out to me, Glenn, was just the lack of negative plays from the defense today.
Yeah.
That's something we've been kind of hanging our hat on. Turnovers, interceptions, forced fumbles, none of that today. Not a single turnover. Not only 2 tackles for loss, and neither one of those were sacks. So no sacks by the defense. Again, Houston didn't necessarily line up and throw it a whole lot with the quarterback that they had back there. And so there really weren't a lot of opportunities for a lot of those negative pass rushing stats that Arizona's had a lot this season.
Yeah, and I didn't think we blitzed as much. And I think that they got rid of the ball really fast. I thought they did that too. So we gotta make adjustments, man. We gotta be able to stop the run, because these next 5 games are just some running teams. So Dion's up there thinking about he's getting the tractor ready. He's getting the tractor ready, putting diesel in the tractor, in the truck, and just they want to just run the ball.
Yeah.
So we have to be ready to be able to scheme against that. Is that going to be that we're slanting more, or we're doing a lot of more different stuff and blitzing more? Are we going to do some more run blitz? We got to find something to do something.
530-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. We are currently streaming this show on YouTube. You can check in with us there on the YouTube stream if you'd like, and leave us your thoughts. Leave us a comment there on the YouTube stream as well. We'll hear from the players and the head coach straight ahead. It is Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. Much more coming your way. Now you can talk, sir.
Bet the Book is sponsored by Casino del Sol. Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
Think of waking up with energy, standing tall and feeling free. Think First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
For over 30 years, Tucson has been putting its trust in First Chiropractic for auto and on-the-job injuries. They're locally owned and a proud sponsor of the U of A radio broadcasts. So if you've been injured, make the right choice. First
Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. There's a rumor summer might finally be over. And with cooler temperatures on the way, it's a good time to stop by any of the 14 area Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care locations for a free tire inspection and air pressure check. If it's time for tires, the long-lasting Michelin Defender 2 is your Arizona-proof choice. Check out jackfurriers.com for savings on Michelin and all your favorite brands. More savings and no hidden extras. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, here to get you there.
Hi, this is Tim Couch, retired NFL quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, partner at Meridian Wealth Management, and proud member of Meridian's Tucson Advisory Business Council. It's my favorite time of year, college football season. I've always been a proud Wildcat. As our firm has grown in Tucson with Ruben and Natalie Fernandez, I now cheer on 2 Wildcats every year. My alma mater of Kentucky, of course, and our U of A Cats. Here's to a great football season, and go Cats.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Spooky noises coming from your air conditioning system? Then treat yourself to the Right Way $59 Super Tune-Up and shake off the cobwebs from your AC. It's a 42-point inspection designed to maximize your AC unit's efficiency and lifespan with the most comprehensive tune-up in the industry. We'll even remove any built-up dirt, grime, and dust, and do a free carbon monoxide test. Just call Right Way, Southern Arizona's premier heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical company today at 520-640-HOME. Right Way's $59 Super Tune-Up, a scary good deal.
If you're feeling overwhelmed by the thought of a home remodel, don't stress. The Window Depot is here to help. At the Window Depot, we're your one-stop warehouse for everything you need for your next remodel. Windows? Check. Doors? Got it. Cabinets, countertops, and everything in between, you'll find it all here at the lowest prices. Whether it's a kitchen, bathroom, or whole home makeover, our experienced designers are ready to bring your dream home to life, all at unbeatable prices. Find a location near you or shop online at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
Graduating from high school, I realized that I didn't have all the tools I needed to help me in the next chapter of my life. The Earn to Learn program has helped me pursue my passion for early childhood education with confidence, and the financial education supported by Hughes Federal Credit Union has been invaluable to prepare me for my university career and the world beyond.
Find out how Hughes and Earn to Learn join forces to support student success at hughesfcu.org/earn-to-learn. Insured by NCUA. Certain restrictions apply.
At Goldberg and Osborne, we know Arizona. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we've fought and won cases for the injured since 1989. Throughout our history, we've approached every case with a single focus: you. And we've got thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Put us to work for you by calling 1-800-THE-EAGLE today.
Up your game in a new Buick or GMC from Royal Buick GMC. At Royal, we always deliver a quality vehicle at a great price. Score a great deal with our no-pressure, non-commissioned sales staff and our transparent online pricing. Plus, Royal offers a 72-hour buyback guarantee. Score big at Royal Buick GMC, the dealership that's different. See dealer for details. Royal Buick GMC in the Tucson Auto Mall or RoyalTucson.com.
Our Window Depot postgame coverage of Arizona football is just getting started. This is Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. The postgame show is brought to you by Advantage Air Mechanical, Cactus Auto Company, Casino del Sol, Done Right Services, Drain Masters, First Chiropractic, Idaho Central Credit Union, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing, Royal GMC, Buick and Cadillac, Royal Kia, Royal Jaguar Land Rover, The Window Depot, Acclaim Drain and Plumbing Solutions, Bear Down Roofing, Dorado Rock, Essential Pest Control, Goodfellas AC, Hughes Federal Credit Union, Johnson Manley Company, and by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up with science.
You mean they don't use yesterday's newspaper?
No, they use the latest in technology and innovation to eliminate bugs, bees, termites, weeds, and more.
So no as seen on TV salt guns?
Nope, only solutions that target insect biology, using chemistry to help protect the environment, people, and their pets.
You are so smart.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up. Call 886-3029 or visit essentialpest.com.
Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Always trust the big guy. Mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair at coolwillies.com. Cool Willie's is proud to be a partner of the University of Arizona Wildcats radio broadcast. Two powerful teams working hard for you to get the job done right every day. Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Big enough to help, small enough to care. Remember to mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair. coolwillies.com.
Our Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now, back to your host, David Kelly, the tight end, Glenn Howell, and the captain, Kelvin Ifon.
Wigman on a quarterback run, left side, over the 35, over the 40, breaks another tackle to midfield, near side of the 45, down to the 40, and finally out of bounds. Well, Wigman has taken over this game now, running the ball for Houston. The Wildcats have not figured out how to stop him. Wigman under center, offset eye behind him. Play fake, he will look to throw, nothing there, being chased, throws into the back of the end zone, it is caught, touchdown, Houston. Well,
31-28, final score, Houston knocks off Arizona, knocks them into the bye week with 2 consecutive losses. That is not what we wanted, not at all. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Is the number to get on the program. Glenn, should we have thought? I think where I knew it might be a bad day was when Ian Wagner kicked the ball out of bounds. That's the first time we'd seen that.
I was like, "What was that?"
Yeah,
I had to rewind that.
Yeah, we have not seen him do that too much for sure. So again, you mentioned the penalties. Chuba had another penalty. Sam Olsen had one that snuffed out an opportunity on the third drive of the game. But for me, the defense, in terms of the defense, we'll have to go back and look at it again and count. But there were a lot of missed tackles, especially on that first touchdown. Michael Dansby missed a tackle. Dalton Johnson missed a tackle. Traden Stukes missed a tackle, and I don't know. I don't want to. I want to go back and again. I keep saying I want to go back and look at it again, but I just did not. This might have been Genesis Smith's worst game. I didn't see a whole lot of positives from Genesis Smith on the backside of that defense. And again, you're asking these safeties to come up and try to stop the run, and that might. It just might not be the way that this needs to happen moving forward. Brent Brennan, and you'll hear it later on, said in his postgame, we've got to fix it today. So I imagine they're on the plane right now trying to figure out a way to fix this. And it can't be safeties, a number of safeties trying to fill that gap in the middle of this defense.
No, it's got to change. We got to get a linebacker in there. We got to get somebody in there that's going to take on a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage. because you figure you look at how they were getting chunks of 6 and 7 yards up the middle. I mean, we got to do something. We got to fix that. That's got to be fixed. Otherwise, we're going to be in some serious. We're going to be playing from behind a lot, and we don't need to do that.
Two games in a row now. The Cats defense has given up a 90-plus yard drive. That's got to be eating at Danny Gonzalez for sure.
Yeah, and you can't do that unless you're running the ball.
Right. Oh yeah.
Those are not all passes.
No, not at least not today. They weren't. 45 runs to 23. 45 runs to 23 passes for the Houston Cougars. All right, let's go back out to Houston and hear from Noah Fafita, who talks after every loss, along with Max Harris, one of the Texas boys on the team.
Yeah, it hurts. At the end of the day, it's execution. We didn't execute the plays that we needed to make, and there's a handful of them that would have changed the game. So, I think it's been a repetitive theme, and now we have a bye week to clean it up.
What are you, Max? Same thing, execution. You never know when the plays are going to matter, but we didn't execute like we needed to.
Defensively, they were running a lot. What was it about just their offense? Like, what made it challenging for you guys today?
We're not doing our own, we just didn't do what we were supposed to do. It's nothing that they really did. It's all on us.
How hard is that, though, when it's just a bunch of runs? As a defense, how do you answer that?
It's hard. It's hard, of course, letting people run the ball, but like I said, it's a fixable thing, so it's nothing crazy. It's things that we can fix, and it's all on us to fix it.
Noah, I think in the second and third quarters, you guys kind of hit a lull. What was, why do you guys think you took a step back there?
Yeah, it goes back to execution, inconsistency. I think we still need to find an ability to stay consistent throughout the game. I think we've had a lull in every single game, so we got to be able to. When things are going good, we got to be able to get back to red line. When things are going bad, you got to obviously respond and get back to red line. So we just got to take the standard, take the coaching, and put it into action.
24 of 26 passing for you, very efficient. What was working for you?
I think it was a great game plan. It was a great scheme. Coach Deggy put us in great positions to succeed. But at the end of the day, the only stat that really matters is winning, and we didn't get that done. So there's a few plays I wish I could have back that would have changed the game. But like I said, you got to just learn from it.
So considering just how the tight end room has gone this year, what have you seen, from guys like Sam and Cam?
Yeah, they've attacked every day, through it all, through all the ups, through all the downs. Even when they're not getting the ball, they block extremely hard, and every single day they're the same person. So I got so much respect for that room, so much love for that room, and it all stems from the leader in that room. That's Coach Miller. So I'm glad Cam got to get some looks today, and like I said, I gotta improve, gotta get my guys the ball.
And then Trey Spivey got a couple of touchdowns today. What do you think about his progress and just what he brings to the offense?
Yeah, I think he just continues to get more confident and more comfortable. I told him this week that when he knows the play and he has no doubt in his mind about what he's doing, he's unstoppable. So you're starting to see him become more comfortable in the offense. He's a playmaker. Every jump ball, it's really 70-30 his. So I love Spivey as a person. I love him as a player. But it all goes back to the team, and we didn't get it done today.
So Max, when you guys were down by 2 touchdowns, what was the messaging to you guys at that moment?
Take it play by play. Just play each play and don't look at the scoreboard. All we got to do, all that matters is the next play, because at the end of the day, that's what we're playing in.
No, I know you said, wins is the most important thing, but you guys think you've shown a great amount of progress just in terms of keeping these games close in comparison to last year?
Yeah, you never want to lose. That's the end of the day. But this team loves each other. This team knows that we're good, and it doesn't matter what people say about us, because the people in our building, the people in our locker room believe. And at the end of the day, that's really what matters, because we're the ones on the field. So there's no doubt. Obviously, this one hurts. The last 2 weeks hurt for sure, but we still love each other, man. We still believe in each other. And at the end of the day, we have a lot more football left, so it's on to the next.
2 more, Justin. So as you guys go into bye week, question for both, what's just kind of the mindset? How are you guys going to use this upcoming week to get right for this upcoming stretch?
Getting back to red line, like always, like we said, if something good happens, red line. If something bad happens, red line. So obviously, something bad happened today, we're just gonna go and fix it and work on what we can work on and, attack the week.
That's it. We just gotta go watch the film, see what we need to improve on, and like we both said, and we kind of said the last couple of weeks, it's all execution. We've lacked on a lot of details that's had the outcome not what we wanted. So we got to go clean up those details, be more intentional with all of the little things, and just get back to red line.
And then Noah, lastly, road games. I think you guys are 1-6 in the last couple of years on the road. What do you think has led to some of these struggles when you guys are away?
Nothing much. I mean, I know it sounds repetitive, but it's just our execution. And I think if you watch the film, you'll see it. We had a 4th and 1 that would have changed the game. We probably would have scored on that drive, and there probably wouldn't be enough time for Houston to score at the end of the half. So that's just something where I got to pull the ball and get the first down myself. And that's one of the many plays that I made that would have changed the outcome.
Yeah, well, at least Noah understood that he should have kept that football. In that situation right there.
That's good. I'm glad he understood that he needs to pull that. He needs to get more focused on that end and making sure that he knows if he crashes, I'm gone. And I like that they're always, I know this red line, everybody's sick of this red line, but they're all thinking about the red line, about going back, and they all believe, they sound like they have confidence in their voice. They understand that they're a good team. I think that I believe that they believe that. Some guys you would think that they don't believe it. They're just saying it just to be saying it. But I think that they believe that they're a good team, and I think they're going to come back and get better. Like I said, it's a learning process for these guys right now. It really is a learning process of how to win games when they're close. They just haven't got over that.
They did run the ball more than they threw it today, 31-26, but only 17 for the running backs. Well, 19 if you count the fact that Quincy got 2. But again, it's all over the place. It's all over the place with this rotation. One night again tonight it was 11 for Kedrick and 6 for Mahdi and 2 for Quincy, and obviously Kedrick had a touchdown. A short touchdown run there that helped them get back into the ball game there in that fourth quarter. But still, it seems at times like they are running it well enough. They just don't seem to. And again, when you're air raid legacy, then you're only going to run it so much.
Yeah, but he's got to change the air raid. We got to change the footprint. And I like that he used Caden Luke on that short yardage.
Right.
I think you got to use that guy more. I think you got to use him as a lead blocker and just tell him, let's say, let's go. Let's run it. Here we come. And just jam it down their throats, man. I mean, that's where you got to be. If you want to play physical, that's what he's talking about, playing physical. That's what you do. You line up a fullback around there, get Reason behind him, and let's go. And just let's go downhill.
Well, we saw a lot of Caden last year in that situation, and clearly that was a different offense that they had last year. But, yeah, I mean, he's perfect for that role, and I don't know why you wouldn't want to try to utilize that.
Yeah, they used him a little bit more today, but I think they need to start looking at using that a little bit more.
All right, let's find out what we thought the Wildcats needed to do to win this game today.
How did our keys to the game go for your Wildcats? Our keys to the game are brought to you by Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive Group, the dealership that is different.
All right, keys to the game for this Arizona.
Those were today's keys to the game.
Boy, he just wants to talk over me today. He just really wants to talk over me today. Keys to the game for today's game. Let's start with Kelvin. Since he is not here. Well, actually, I think we have them all together. So let's just go through them all here and see what we've got here for keys to the game.
In every detail, unique in every experience, and
maybe that's not keys to the game there. Okay. All right. We'll come back to keys to the game because I'm not sure if I have that here. We're going to still hear from the head coach, Brett Brennan. And we will also hear from Tommy Lloyd and maybe a little bit from the players on the basketball side as well. They win 81-68 in their contest over at McHale Center today. Let's, Glenn, we'll wrap up your segment here and get you out of here. Just final thoughts as we head into the bye week at 4-3. I was asked, do I see 2 more wins? How many wins do you think you see remaining in the final 5 now for Arizona?
I say I think we can get 3.
3.
I think we can get 3.
Okay.
I'm looking at 3 wins that
we need to, because I said 7-5 at the beginning of the season, so
Yeah.
they would need to win 3.
Yeah. 3 wins. I think that we just got to get back into the lab. Understand what we're doing. Change. Danny's gonna have to make some changes. Maybe we got to come up with a little different defense on how to stop this run. Get creative. We might have to switch some guys over from the offense on the defensive line to get. I'm telling you, because I saw. You know who I saw? I saw in the defensive huddle one time over there. Rhino was out there
in the defensive huddle.
Yeah, he was when they were on the sideline,
right?
And all the defensive players were huddling, and I saw Rhino out there. I said, "Well, ooh, they thinking about putting him maybe down in there, in the middle to take up some of that space."
Yeah.
So, who knows? They might be doing some different things. They got to do that, and then go in to get healed up. I didn't see anybody go off on injuries, so hopefully we didn't get any injuries. And
I didn't see any significant ones.
So get healed up, get some good workouts in, and get ready for Colorado, because that's gonna be a game.
Yeah, it is for sure. It is for sure. Back to Boulder, the Wildcats go. All right, Glenn, appreciate you for hanging out on a long day, and we will break it down on Tuesday. So we'll break it down.
We will do Tuesday.
We will do Tuesday,
and then we're off the next Tuesday.
And then you'll be off the following Tuesday.
All right.
There you go.
Bear down.
Great evening. That is Glenn Howell, the tight end, class of 1985. 31-28, Arizona football loses at Houston. 81-68, Arizona basketball wins at home against St. Mary's. We'll hear from Brett and Brennan and a whole lot more still to go here tonight. You're listening to Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. Now, sir, you can talk again.
Those were today's keys to the game. They're brought to you by Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive Group, the dealership that is different.
Every day is a balancing
act.
act.
Money on your AC this summer? My friends at Rightway will give you back up to $3,000 for those repairs.
That's right. No matter who did the repair, we'll buy it back for up to $3,000 towards the purchase of a new heating and air system.
No repair bills this year? No worries. Get 0% financing and no payments for 18 months. $3,000 trade-in for your old AC. 10-year parts and labor warranty. Plus a free system upgrade.
Have an aging heating and air system out of warranty? We'll inspect it absolutely free. Call Rightway Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing today. 520-201-8220.
Every day is a balancing act, with work, family, goals, all asking for more. It helps to have tools that meet you at every step and a team that will always be by your side. We're ICCU. We're a credit union that has been helping members achieve financial success since 1940. In fact, we put members' success first, one by one, year after year, for 85 years and counting. Now, we're here for you, Tucson. Join us, ICCU.
Nobody does big screens like this. At Roadhouse Cinemas, every movie is massive with thundering surround sound and food and drinks delivered to your seat. Then, just steps away, Roadie's Lanes Games and Gastropub turns game day into an event. Huge screens with every play in full view. Hit the lanes, throw an axe, battle it out in laser tag, crush it in the arcade or crazy darts. Movies, sports, food, fun, all in one place. Roadhouse and Roadies, 2 epic experiences, 1 unbeatable destination. Corner of Grant and Swan.
At Goldberg and Osborne, we know Arizona. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we've fought and won cases for the injured since 1989. Throughout our history, we've approached every case with a single focus: you. And we've got thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Put us to work for you by calling 1-800-THE-EAGLE today.
What you're driving right now may be worth more than you think, and O'Reilly Chevrolet wants to buy it. No matter the make or model, we'll pay top dollar today or trade up to a top quality pre-owned vehicle from our huge selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs. We're on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or visit O'Reilly.com. It's pretty easy. We'll simply pay you more for what you're driving than anybody else. O'Reilly Used Cars, giving you more since 1924.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
Do you often worry you left your garage door open? With the LiftMaster Garage Door Opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit KaiserGarage.com to learn more.
Cruising down I-10, it's not just traffic you dodge, it's flying rocks, blown tire chunks, desert debris, and the sun never quits. That's Tucson life.
But with paint protection film from Recon Auto Detailing, my car stays flawless, no matter how many miles I put on I-10.
It's more than protection. It's peace of mind every drive, every highway run, every day. Keep your car looking showroom new. Recon Auto Detailing, Ceramic Pro West, Tucson. Armor for your ride.
There's never a good time for plumbing issues.
No.
Honey, my parents are here.
Oh, man.
Don't worry. With Drain Masters in Tucson, not only do you get local, professional, full-service plumbing with 24/7 scheduled or emergency service, you get a lifetime transferable warranty on all house water repiping. So this...
They brought my aunts and uncles, too!
...is gonna be fine. Drain Masters, we do it all. And now offering financing. Solid service, fair price, guaranteed. DrainMastersTucson.com.
Discover your perfect vehicle at Cactus Auto, Tucson's trusted destination for certified pre-owned cars for over 30 years. They offer a wide range of certified pre-owned vehicles featuring the brands and models you love. Their finance experts are here to provide you with top dollar trade-in offers and help you find the best financing options, regardless of your credit history. With approved credit, enjoy no payments for up to 90 days. Trust Cactus Auto for quality, affordable pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, all backed by incredible savings and a 7-day exchange guarantee. Visit cactusauto.com.
JT Auto, where customers are family. Trust your vehicle to JT Auto professional and reliable automotive repair and maintenance services. JT Auto is conveniently located off Fort Lowell and Country Club. Open Monday through Friday. JT Auto is a full-service auto shop with satisfaction guaranteed, offering you the best in tires and wheels, auto repair, oil changes, computer diagnostics, suspension and brake service, and heating and AC. Bring your car to JT Auto, where customers are family. 623-7066. That's 623-7066.
Down, Wildcats fans. This is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Brought to you by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed. Life well lived. This is the home of your Arizona Wildcats. Wildcats Radio 1290.
So here we go, same formation. High backfield behind Fafita under center. He'll hand off, Ricino into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Heck of a drive right there for Arizona. Outstanding play calling on that drive there. Arizona did a great job of moving the ball up and down the field.
Kendrick Ricino for the second straight week finds pay dirt. Did so in the fourth quarter of the game against BYU. Did so again today. 31-28, though. Houston knocks off Arizona. 520-848-1290. Final chances for you to get in on the program. We still have our keys to the game to get to, as well as the scoreboard. Big win for Arizona State. We'll tell you what else happened in the Big 12 today. But first and foremost, let's hear from the head football coach of your Arizona Wildcats, Brent Brennan, after a 31-28 loss to the Houston Cougars.
That was just a really tough day. And, you know, I think we came out fast and physical earlier. I think we played, you know, set the tone early for how we want to play in that game. And, you know, and there was a lot to be proud of, you know, early on in that game and, you know, in the second quarter. I felt like a huge momentum swing was when we didn't get the fourth down there, when we went for it, deep in the red zone, and then ended up giving points on the backside of that. And so, this team is hurting right now. You lose on the last play of the game, you lose in double overtime, and we have a bye week, which is good because we need to practice and we need to get better at tackling and blocking and playing. Win the turnover battle. We did not do that today. And so obviously I'm pissed off and upset, and so is every person in this program, because I think we have grown a lot. I think we have made a ton of progress, but to not close that thing out when we had an opportunity to today just makes every person in here sick. So, and that starts with me. That's my job. And so we're going to get back to work on it. I just feel for our fans. I feel for our players. I feel for a good football team, and we're going to get to work fixing it. We got a ton of football left to play. I believe in this team. I believe in these kids. I got faith in this team, and we're going to get to work.
Thank you, Coach. Justin, go ahead.
So in back-to-back weeks, both teams had really good rushing performances. Why do you think they've been able to run against your defense?
That's a good question. I think we played two good football teams, for starters. I think also both of them played a bunch of +1 run, right, with quarterback run. It's different than lining up and handing it to the tailback. So, but obviously that's something we're going to see. Colorado's quarterback is a great runner. So we're going to see that the rest of the season. So we better figure that out today.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, a lot of quarterback runs. Is there anything that they're doing different than, some of the other teams? You mentioned +1, but I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. So when they add the quarterback, normally your quarterback hands the ball off, right? And then he can't block anybody on defense, so he can't account for anybody. So you end up defensively, you're normally even or +1 on defense. You have one more than they can block, right? When the running back is now blocking and the quarterback is your runner, you're now adding, right? So that, to me, that's the challenge of it. That's why people do it. It's effective. We do it too. And I thought that, they had a good plan for us. And so I think we have to go, obviously Coach Gonzalez is a fantastic football coach. We have played excellent defense all year, and we've had a tough go with two good football teams the last 2 weeks.
And then who was the coach that got flagged for unsportsmanlike conduct? Like what happened there? Like a sideline warning?
Yeah. I wish it was a sideline warning. It was not. And so that was Coach Wade. But I'll tell you this, there's no person on our staff, in our program, or in our athletic department that's worthy of 15. Nobody. Not me, not Coach Wade, nobody. That's ridiculous. And so we're going to address that too.
So you guys, like you said, you set the tone in the first quarter, and then you kind of hit a lull there towards the end of the first half. Why do you guys think you stalled out?
We didn't get it on fourth down. You know what I mean? And I think that's the situation right there where we have to play complementary football, right? If we have it down there, we're inside the 30, I believe, and we go on 4th and 1. Number one, we need to get it like we did late in the game, right? We did that, we were aggressive. We had our foot on the gas pedal in the fourth quarter. We went for it on fourth down 3 or 4 times. Three, right? And all successful, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, damn right. So that one in the first half, we need to get that first down so that we can keep that drive moving and add points there. Right, but what happened was we didn't get it, and we gave up points right before half, and that was a big impact on the game.
Trey Spivey had a couple of touchdowns today. What do you think about his performance and how he was able to really show out today?
Trey's awesome. Trey's a great young man. Obviously, he's a transfer kid, but he's an Arizona kid, and it's so important that we do a great job recruiting the state of Arizona. And if those players leave the state of Arizona and want to come back, we've got a good place for them. And I think Trey Spivey would tell you that this is a good place for you to come. You know what I mean? But I think he improves every week. I think he's someone that you see getting more comfortable in the scheme, and then the staff's doing a good job of finding more opportunities for him to get the ball. But that first touchdown was it's an incredible play by Noah, and then the DB undercut it and missed it, and then Trey got out, which was great because you got to see how fast he is for that big body.
And then Sam Olsen, Cam Barmore seemed like they had really impressive games. Sam Olsen had a couple of impressive blocks. Considering the circumstances of the tight end room and what you guys have had to deal with in that position group, what do you think those two are really showing?
I think those are, obviously I've known Sam Olsen a long time, and he's a tough kid with a super high care factor. He's just wants to be a good player, wants to loves U of A, loves his teammates. And Cam's been a great addition through the portal in the offseason. The amount of development by Cam over, from spring ball to training camp till now is fantastic. And I think that's what development's all about. That's when you know you've got a good tight ends coach who's doing a good job of teaching fundamentals and techniques, and you see that performance go from here to here, like you're seeing with Cam right now. So we're excited.
24 for 26 passing for Noah.
Yeah, amazing.
What was working for him? Why do you think he was so efficient today?
I think Noah, you know how I feel about Noah Fafita. He's special in every way. I mean that. And to be 24 or 26, like how many times has that ever happened in college football? Like that's a ridiculous day.
Yeah.
I see Tony Daniel in the room. I promise you, he never went 24 for 26. All right, but no, just I think what's happening is that the kind of synergy between Noah and Coach Daggy and the offense is like continues to accelerate. The more we play, the more we know each other, the more we get into the flow of things. And I think Noah's trusting the offense and believing in Coach Daggy, and you're seeing good results. Now, damn it, we want to win. We don't win the damn game. And so that's one of those things that we have to go back and figure out. Where are the moments that we didn't play complementary football? Where are the moments that could we have put Noah in a better position to use his playmaking to like put us over the edge late in the game when we needed it, or early in the game when we needed it? And those are the things that we got to fix.
And then you guys were down by 2 touchdowns and were able to come back. What do you think your team showed in that?
Yeah, this team's got a ton of fight, man. This team is a great group of kids. These kids love the U of A. They love each other. They love this program. I think a lot of people say that, and I think it's lip service. I think it's BS when people say it. When we say that here, it's real. We mean it. Like all these kids chose to stay, or they chose to come, because they believe in what's happening here and they believe in the institution. You know what I mean? And so that fight didn't surprise me at all. Didn't surprise me at all. I loved it, and I'm just crushed that we couldn't get a stop there when we needed to try and turn it back and go the other way.
So with that being said, you hit the reset button, and now you're going into your second bye week. What was the message to your team, and just where do you guys go forward after this tough loss?
My message to the team was that we have a good football team. We've lost to 2 good teams on the last play of the game and in double overtime. And as much as that hurts, the good news is we can fix it. You know, the easiest errors to fix are assignment errors. If you get beat by a better player, like I'm trying to cover Michael Jordan, he's going to score a lot of points on me. You know what I mean? Like sometimes that happens in football. You just can't. You're playing against someone better than you. But I don't think that's the case these last 2 weeks. I think we showed like we can play with these people, right? We're right there. And so, is with the team, I was like, okay, let's fix what we can fix, right? Let's stay together and not let the outside world and social media and whoever pull us apart. And let's do the right thing for each other right now, because they play hard for each other. There's no question about that. That shows up every week, and the way they responded late in this game was fantastic. And a week ago, we were down 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, and they came roaring back. So these kids are fighting their ass off. We're going to have a good football team.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Brent.
How did our keys to the game go for your Wildcats? Our keys to the game are brought to you by Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive Group, the dealership that is different.
All right, now we'll get to our keys to the game. Some interesting stuff there from the head coach of your Arizona Wildcats. Not real happy with Bobby Wade for getting that 15-yard penalty. Again, I did not see what happened there. If you saw it, I don't even know if they showed it on the TV broadcast or not. But Brent Brennan clearly not happy with that, and then taking some shots at our guy Tony Daniel, the administrator for Arizona Athletics, is quarterbacking there. I don't know if for those of you that don't know, Tony, who works in the athletics department, played quarterback at the University of Buffalo back in the day. So we'll have to look up Tony's numbers and see how close he came to a 24 for 26 performance. All right, keys to the game. Let's find out what Kelvin felt the Wildcats needed to do to win this game today.
I think the most important thing in this game is we have to take care of the football. I felt like turning over the football early in that game in Iowa was the key to getting them off to a good start and getting that crowd in a frenzy. So especially early and for the whole game, you have to take care of the football. You don't want to give up extra possessions to the opposing team. I feel like offense, you guys said it too, offense has to score. They're getting in the red zone. They're getting there. You have to score when you get down there. I'll take 3. I'll take 3 if there's no way that we could get an actual touchdown. I will take 3 and build from there. Let's make sure we come out of there with some points, though. I feel like when you don't score in your nose situation, it changes old Mo. It changes the momentum and gets the other team, feeling like they could have a better chance at winning, and it makes you feel like, man, my coach still don't got it together. Right,
Yeah.
and so then I think the defense has to get off the field. The defense needs to get 3 and outs again to take that crowd away, to take the confidence away from the Houston Cougars. So get off the field. The defense has to get off the field.
I don't have any issue with the offense in terms of, again, they had 8 possessions and they punted on 2 of those 8 possessions. So again, there's going to be possessions in a football game where you don't get it done offensively. But I mean, when you score on 4 of your 8 possessions, you had the one at the end of the half, so that you really don't count that. So really 4 of 7. But the turning point was the one that they lost the ball on downs and the 4th and 1, and we've discussed that. And in close games, it's those minute things that will lose you football games. And in terms of the defense, they did not get off the field enough on 3rd down. Only 2 3-and-outs in this ball game. And the Houston Cougars had 3 double-digit drives. A drive of 13 plays that they scored a touchdown on, a drive of 17 plays that they scored a touchdown on, and the final drive of 13 plays over almost 5 minutes to get the game-winning field goal. That's 2 weeks in a row the defense could not get off the field. All right, we're going to go past, obviously, 6 o'clock tonight, so stay with us, 520-848-1290 if you still want to get in. Here's what Glenn said about what he thought the Wildcats needed to do to win.
Keys the game. Got to stop the run for Houston, and then we have to be able to run the ball. Let's get the ball and have some sustainable drives and run the football so we can make Houston feel like they're in a panic that they have to come back fast. And we got to score inside the 20. The 20's got to be more efficient.
Yeah.
We got to get way more efficient inside the 20. Then we got to do better on special teams. Let's have a complete game. I've been asking that for 600. This is the 7th game. Yeah, I've been asking them for 7th game to have a complete game, and this is the time we need to have a complete game. All phases of the game. Let's see if we can do that, and we can get a win in Houston.
3 drives to the red zone in this game. 3 drives to the red zone. You cannot do any better than scoring 3 touchdowns on 3 drives to the red zone. So that got accomplished today. Special teams, we mentioned Ian Wagner kicked one out of bounds, so that lost you some yardage there. On that particular play. And kudos to Isaac Levison. The Wildcats only punted twice, and he put one on the 5-yard line, and the defense allowed Houston to go 95 yards for a touchdown. So I don't, and you had a positive kick return from Nunu. Javon Watley had a positive kick return in the game. You don't get too many kick returns nowadays in college football. And Javon had 27 yards. 27 yards on a kick return. So that was pretty good there. So overall, and you didn't have any field goal attempts in the game. Overall, I mean, I give the special teams I thought was pretty good. All right, my keys, what I thought the Wildcats needed to do to win.
Well, I think for that, especially for the defense, I think you've got to stay out of the big plays, which obviously was the bugaboo at Iowa State, and we saw that last week as well. They gave up the 75-yarder early in the game, and I think I'd like to see maybe the defense figure it out sooner. Sometimes we see these big plays there early in the game as Danny and company are kind of trying to figure out what's happening on the other side, but you got to stay out of that early in the game. So maybe a faster start for the defense, figuring it out faster would be good. 3rd downs are going to be important. Danny talked this week about how they weren't as they didn't win as much in the 3rd and short, which is difficult to win in 3rd and short. But when this defense is playing really well, they can dominate in 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. So I think it was like 80% in favor of the BYU. Let's get back closer to see if we can get 50% in the 3rd and short. He called them the championship downs this week. So let's see if we can get back to that. And then for Noah in the red zone, I just think it's got to be quicker decisions. I think sometimes the decisions are not made quick enough. I felt like Seth talked about the 2 that he missed, the 2 passes that he missed on that one red zone drive where they had to kick the field goal. I think it was in the second quarter. And he had Sam Olsen open on the wheel. He's got to throw it quicker. And he's got to make that decision quicker. And sometimes it's weird because he's aggressive in some instances, but not maybe as aggressive in other instances. So more consistent aggressiveness, I think, from Noah Fafita is what I'd like to see in his decision-making in the red zone in this game. All right, and again, I thought that the red zone play was better today. We'll have to look in terms of if he had most of the touchdowns, obviously, that came in the red zone. You had the run by Trey Spivey, you had the run by Kedrick Reesano, and then you had the pass, obviously, to Luke Weissong. Luke Weissong put his foot in the dirt and made that defensive back for Houston look real foolish. That was a very, very nice run after catch by Luke Weissong to get that touchdown. Ultimately, though, again, it wasn't enough. Houston wins it 31-28, and that's what we thought the Wildcats needed to do to get a victory.
Those were today's keys to the game. They're brought to you by Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive Group, the dealership that is different.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Let's hear from Robert. Robert, you're on Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day.
Yeah, another disappointing loss that we should have never lost this game again, just like BYU. How come Danny Gonzalez is using a 3-3-5 when they're running the ball down our throat? We have three defensive linemen with gaps all over the place that I probably could have run through. Doesn't he make adjustments? I mean, why didn't he start, especially that last drive? What are they doing? Because I don't think they're a very good passing team. They're okay, but why is Gonzalez running this 3-3-5? Just like BYU, they ran the ball down our throats with the quarterback.
Well, it's mostly a 4-2-5 is what you're seeing out there. He's mostly going with 4 defensive linemen and 2 linebackers, and to me, I think that's the problem. They have not identified somebody in the middle of that defense. They're trying to use safeties, and I just don't know if that's the answer. You've got to have a linebacker. You've got to. Great defenses are built. Think about all the great defenses in your life, Robert. They've all had dominant middle linebackers. Guys like Dick Butkus and Mike Singletary and the like, and they just don't really have that. I said on the pregame show, I think Riley Wilson can be that guy, but they just didn't use him. And I'll go back and look at the tape to see how much he was actually on the field today. Every time I looked up to see where's Riley, he wasn't there. So it's head scratching to me. Why they don't try to maybe get more out of him, because I think he's going to be an important part of this defense moving forward, because you got to have somebody in the middle that can stop the run.
Yeah, I agree with you, but a lot of times they had 3 down linemen, and even the announcers kept saying it. You're running a 3 down lineman, but and then we've gone back to like 10 years ago, the way we used to try to arm tackle everybody. We had a ton of missed tackles today.
Yeah, this was not the best tackling game for this team. I thought that we mentioned that earlier, that the tackling this might have been one of the worst tackling games they've had.
Okay, and there's just one more thing. That play where we blew it at the end of the first half on the 4th and 1, who called? Did Seth Doge call those plays where he doesn't even give Fafita the option to pull the ball out? Because Fafita probably could have walked into the end zone from the 30 side. There was nobody on that side of the field.
That likely was an RPO. The way that if you looked at that was likely an RPO. And even Noah said after the game he should have pulled it and ran. He didn't. So Noah took the fall that he made a mistake there.
Okay, well, I appreciate you guys, and hopefully we can get at least 2 more wins, but I think the only winnable games might be Colorado and Kansas, and hopefully we can, because ASU's looking pretty good. I hate them, but they beat Texas Tech today.
Yes, they did.
So hopefully we'll get our 6 wins. So thanks a lot, guys.
There you go. Appreciate you, Robert, for checking in. As always, 520-848-1290. We've got one more break to go. We've got scoreboard. We'll let you hear from Tommy Lloyd and the Arizona basketball team after an 81-68 exhibition win, Division I exhibition win over St. Mary's. That is still straight ahead. A little bit to go. We'll still take your calls if you want to get in. Final segment coming up. Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day after a 31-28 Arizona football loss in Houston to fall to 4-3 on the season. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
Our Window Depot postgame coverage of Arizona football rolls on. This is Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. The postgame show is brought to you by ABC Heating and Cooling, Arizona Commercial Lighting, Blue Sky Pest Control, Broadway and Tucson's 20th anniversary season, Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing, First Choice Pools, Goldberg and Osborne, The Injury Lawyers, Gospel Rescue Mission, Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates, O'Reilly Chevrolet, Shamrock Heating and Cooling, Showtime Sports Cards, Tucson Appliance Company, JT Auto, Lexus of Tucson, Mr. Rooter, Recon Auto Detail, Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Rocking K, a master planned community designed by nature, and by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rocking K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. Visit Lennar's 2 communities in Rocking K with home savings up to $25,000 and limited time interest rate and closing cost incentives on select move-in ready homes. LiveRockingK.com. Designed by nature. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Back your hometown favorite. Get your very own exclusive University of Arizona debit card from Hughes Federal Credit Union. Pair your new card with a free checking account that earns dividends with no monthly fees, no minimum balance, and convenient 24/7 online and mobile banking. Visit one of our 7 convenient branch locations to get your card instantly or open an account online at hughesfcu.org/wildcats. Show your Wildcat spirit all year long with Hughes Federal Credit Union. Certain restrictions apply. Insured by NCUA.
Step into a world where rewards never end. Welcome to Club Soul at Casino del Sol and Casino of the Sun. Every moment brings excitement. Every visit unlocks exclusive perks, free play, dining discounts, and more. From high-stakes action to luxurious experiences, your rewards grow with every play. Join today for endless benefits and unforgettable moments. Club Soul. Play more, earn more, experience more. Casino del Sol and Casino of the Sun. Enterprise of the Boscoyaki Tribe.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up with science.
You mean they don't use yesterday's newspaper?
No, they use the latest in technology and innovation to eliminate bugs, bees, termites, weeds, and more.
So no as seen on TV salt guns?
Nope, only solutions that target insect biology, using chemistry to help protect the environment, people, and their pets.
You are so smart.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up. Call 886-3029 or visit essentialpest.com.
Hey, it's Mrs. HVAC. If you're anything like me, a mom, a wife, and maybe a little bit crazy about the air I breathe and the water I drink, then listen up. Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing has you in mind with our home wellness check. That's 3 visits a year to make sure your AC is happy, your plumbing isn't plotting against you, and your water isn't secretly weird. We'll even test your water quality because you deserve spa water, not swamp vibes. Let's keep your home sane, even if you're not. Call us today or book online at picturerockscooling.com.
At Goldberg and Osborne, we know Arizona. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we've fought and won cases for the injured since 1989. Throughout our history, we've approached every case with a single focus: you. And we've got thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Put us to work for you by calling 1-800-THE-EAGLE today.
What you're driving right now may be worth more than you think, and O'Reilly Chevrolet wants to buy it. No matter the make or model, we'll pay top dollar today or trade up to a top-quality pre-owned vehicle from our huge selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs. We're on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or visit O'Reilly.com. It's pretty easy. We'll simply pay you more for what you're driving than anybody else. O'Reilly Used Cars, giving you more since 1924.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
If you're ready to build your dream home, let the Window Depot help. Our expertise spans more than 20 years helping contractors provide custom windows built to last. Our in-house design team works closely with you and your contractor to create the perfect windows. From design to delivery, your contractor will have exactly what they need when they need it. And with the largest inventory and unbeatable prices, your dream windows are just a step away. Visit us in store to get started or find a location near you at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot. Best prices, biggest inventory.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilder.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
Uh-oh, another plumbing disaster. Don't panic. Call the pros at Acclaimed Drain and Plumbing Solutions. From clogged drains to full-blown repipe repairs, our expert team is fast, getting repipes done in one day. Reliable, professional, and always ready 24/7. When water won't behave, Acclaimed saves the day. Call 520-200-1089 or visit acclaimed-drain.com. Acclaimed Drain and Plumbing Solutions. Trusted, local, acclaimed.
Bear down, Wildcats fans. This is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Brought to you by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed. Life well lived. This is the home of your Arizona Wildcats. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Getting it out to Krivas. Almost lost it, but he recovers. Gets it out to Jaden Bradley. Back to Krivas. Goes for the dunk, and Krivas slams it home. Arizona leads by 5. Now St. Mary's moving the other way. The point-blank layup is missed by Andrew McKeever, and Arizona's got it. Moving right back. Jaden Bradley crosses over. Kicks it to Nelson in the left corner for 3. It's good. Joshua Dent, guarded by Braden Burries, gets a screen. Dent driving right, stops, passes it down to McKeever, and it goes right by McKeever, stolen away by Jaden Bradley. Bradley the other way, and the fast break. Bradley lays it in for 2 and 1. What a run here by Jaden Bradley. He's had a great game, and he's up to 20 points, finishing through contact, showing his strength. Arizona's now on a 13-2 run.
81-68, Arizona basketball beats St. Mary's in the first of their 2 exhibition games to start the 25-26 basketball season. Jaden Bradley, 23 points on 7 of 11. He went 7 of 8 at the line. The Wildcats did not shoot very well from the free throw line, just 13 of 25. They also did not shoot well from 3, 4 of 16. Anthony Del Orso, 13 points. Braden Burries, Koa Pete had 10 each. Moteus Krivas, 11. Ivan Karchenkov had 9. Let's head out back over to McHale Center and hear from your Arizona Wildcats after this game. We are going to hear from Anthony Del Orso and Jaden Bradley.
How'd you think the first outing went?
Yeah, we definitely got a lot of stuff to improve. As a team, defensive stuff, offensive stuff. But I feel like everybody stepped up. With Tobe out, Krivas did a great job on the boards offensively. Dwayne, Koa, everybody. So shout out to those guys.
Since you got here, out of Arizona, you're a downhill guy, right? Get it. Has it changed now that you have to kind of be more of a leader of the perimeter and the team?
Not really. Just taking what the defense is giving me. They're probably gonna go under the ball screens. Try to keep me out the paint. So my teammates believe in me, and just trusting my work I've been putting in.
Did you feel any more pressure to really, not pressure, but just a drive to get it done and take control of things?
No, not really. I was just trusting. Mo was feeding me and setting great screens, and I was able to get downhill and able to get to the free throw line and finish. So.
What are your expectations on the perimeter?
Talking about the whole game or defensively, offensively?
Overall, just not even today, just overall the big picture.
Yeah, I think obviously shooting is a big part of, I think our identity and our game, especially my game. And I think that's something that we're always, working on and trying to keep it clean because that's where a lot of the game is played, in ball screen coverage and all that. So we work on it every day and just get better at it, really.
For you specifically, given your shot and the need for
Yeah, same thing. Putting the reps in, getting shots up, getting different reads up, that's always going to be part of the game. It's a huge part of my game, JB's game, especially as a guard, you have to be able to play on the perimeter. So we keep getting better at that, and we'll work on it in practice and stuff like that.
Was that tough to have a team like this with their defense, the way they play, their style, and so early on, first team you're seeing, and have to kind of keep everything smooth against something like that?
Yeah, they're a good team. They're always, historically been a pretty good team. They're solid on defense. They have, their set coverage. Like, we knew what they were going to run, and they're just so good at it that, it makes it confusing at times. But that's a great game for us to, go out in the first game of the year, kind of get our feet under us, get that, get inside McHale with all the people, and just get those nerves out of the way because they're a legit opponent. It's not like we came in here and played anyone. So to be able to do what we did against them it's a good sign for the season.
How do you guys feel about it in all the extended minutes, especially with Tobin being out?
Mo was great. Playing, it's probably the most he's played in a while, and super proud of Mo. Not only on the glass, I don't know how many rebounds he had, but like 15 plus or something like that. But offensively, we're seeing improvement. Stepping out, shooting a three. He's been working on that, and they're definitely going to fall. Free throws, and his presence just down there is great for our team, and we're going to need it. So shout out to Mo.
Let's take a look at what's happening today around the rest of the country. The Wildcats Radio 1290 Game Day Scoreboard is brought to you by Goldberg and Osborne. Goldberg and Osborne, Arizona's leading injury law firm.
Yeah, Mateus Krivas had 17 rebounds, although as a team, Arizona got out-rebounded by St. Mary's today, 39-35, but the Wildcats win at 81-68. College football scoreboard will start with the Big 12 Conference. These games are final. Central Florida in the battle of 0 and 3 teams. Only West Virginia remains from that battle winless in the Big 12. Central Florida beats West Virginia 45-13 as Rich Rod's team continues to struggle. They're 2-5. First win in conference for UCF. TCU beats Baylor in another great one. 42-36, the final there. Both those teams are 2-2 in conference play. Arizona State came from ahead and then behind to knock off Texas Tech, the number 7 team in the country, 26-22. Sun Devils 3-1. Texas Tech 3-1 in conference play. First loss of the season overall for the Red Raiders. Games in progress right now. Cincinnati, number 24, leading at Oklahoma State, 21-10. So Cincinnati will be 4-0 likely by the end of the day. Also, BYU's trying to remain 4-0. They have scored first in the battle with Utah in Provo. It is actually now Utah has just scored. Devin Dampier just threw a touchdown pass to Ryan Davis. So it is BYU 7-6 nearing the half. 7-6 Cougars nearing the half there in Provo, Utah. Finals in the top 25 today. Number 22, Memphis loses. They lose to UAB 31-24. It was number 14, Oklahoma over South Carolina, 26-7. 12th ranked Georgia Tech knocked off Duke 27-18. In a battle of top 25 teams, Vanderbilt at home, number 17, Commodores knock off LSU 31-24. Ole Miss, number 5 in the country, goes on the road and loses at Georgia 43-35. The Bulldogs 9th ranked in the country. Number 3, Indiana wins easily over Michigan State at home 38-13. Things just continue to get worse for Wisconsin as Ohio State knocks off Wisconsin in Madison 34-0. Is Luke Fickell going to have a job at the end of the weekend? 4th-ranked Texas A&M gets a close win on the road at Arkansas. Bobby Petrino getting some energy there in the Razorbacks, but they lose at home 45-42 in today's action. Games in progress. Number 16, Missouri is leading Auburn on the road 10-7 right now. 19th-ranked South Florida over Florida Atlantic in the third quarter, 21-6. It is number 11, Tennessee on the road at number 6, Alabama. The Tide leading that game 16-7 right before the half. 21st ranked Texas leading at Kentucky 7-3. How about this one? Washington State up, and this game has now gone final. Washington State has upset number 18 Virginia on the road. The Cougars beat the Cavaliers 20-10 in Charlottesville. And Oregon, Glenn said he felt like Rutgers had a chance. Rutgers had no chance today at home against Oregon. They are down 56-3 nearing the end of the third quarter. And in the greatest intersectional rivalry in college football, at the half, number 13 Notre Dame is leading number 20 Southern California by a score of 14-3. That is everything that is happening at the moment on your college football scoreboard.
The Wildcats Radio 1290 Game Day Scoreboard is brought to you by Goldberg and Osborne. Goldberg and Osborne, Arizona's leading injury law firm.
All right, tomorrow, don't forget, on campus, we have got a number of events. One of them is the soccer team. Arizona Soccer will be home, and they'll be taking on number 12 Texas Tech over at Mulcahy Stadium. That'll be a noon start time, noon kickoff for that soccer match tomorrow. Get out and support those ladies. They have lost now 4 straight in conference play after starting out 2-1. So they need to try to get back on the winning track, and they need your support to do that. Should be a good day to go out there and watch those ladies play. That is also tomorrow, the Arizona Fall Classic Beach Volleyball will be happening over at Bear Down Beach, too. So there's an opportunity for you to go out and check that Fall Classic out as well tomorrow. And volleyball is on the road at Houston, so they'll try to get a win down in Texas. That's an 11 a.m. start for the Wildcats and the Cougars on the volleyball side. Let's head back out. Final thing we'll do, last chance for you to get in. If you want, 520-848-1290. Before we go to Tommy Lloyd, I do have one text that I got here that I do want to read. It came from Rob. Rob says, in terms of the Arizona football team losing today, he says, this will solve all problems. Get rid of the red helmets. Go back to basics and traditional white helmet. And the traditional white helmet guaranteed wins. All right, so Rob does not like the Sandstorm red helmets. I'm not a big uniform person. Yeah, I could honestly care less about uniforms. I do like those. I think they're kind of cool looking. I like the red helmet. I've always liked the red helmet, regardless of whether it's just the normal Block A. I do like that one with the old Arizona Cactus logo from the 1980s and 90s. So I've got no problem. I mean, the jerseys are hit or miss, but with that Sandstorm jersey. But I actually do like the helmet there. But Rob, thanks for checking in. And if you want to do so before we get out of here, 520-848-1290 is the number to do that. You can call us or text us. All right, we'll let you hear a little bit of Tommy Lloyd. Not going to give you the whole thing, but we'll let you hear a little bit of what Tommy Lloyd had to say after his team won their exhibition game against St. Mary's.
I didn't expect such a big turnout. Thank you guys for coming out. Let's get this done. We have a beautiful afternoon and evening in Tucson to take advantage of. Let's knock this out of the park.
Did you get what you had hoped?
Oh my, and then some. I mean, you kind of got to get back into the coaching mode of games and the emotions that come with it, and just trying to help your guys, navigate learning on the fly. Obviously, with Mo, not Mo, but with Tobey, Tobey could have played today. I mean, he's been practicing, but we just felt like, the prudent thing to do was to kind of rest him. He's been a little bit banged up, and it was good because it made us dig deep and try things we probably wouldn't have had to try. So, so I'm thankful for how our guys stepped up. Obviously, massive amount of respect for St. Mary's and what they do and how they play. Just so steady. And it's been cool competing against him for so many years that, you can kind of see the pieces he has and have a good feel for how he's going to put them together. And I'm sure at the end of the year, they're going to be 27-6 or some crazy record like that. So, it was an honor to compete against him. And, I told our guys, if you're able to lead a team like that for 40 minutes, kind of weather a storm and a few runs, I mean, it's a good place to start.
Was that a one-time thing with Tobey, or what has it been, what?
Yeah, I mean, he's just been a little banged up, and I don't think I have to do an injury report today, Bruce, so I'm probably not going to. He's been banged up. He's been practicing. He's fine. I think this, if this was a game that maybe, was really meaningful and counted in the records, I'm sure he would have been playing.
In that regard, you had a couple guys that kind of had to go out at different times, little injuries and some things there. Considering it was an exhibition, was there ever?
Well, I mean, obviously it's not ideal to play Mo 32 minutes, or Koa, he only ended up playing 22, just the minutes are probably a little heavy. We want to build to that, but it's what the situation called for. And so I was really proud of our guys, how they responded to kind of that challenge. And, that's the challenges the game presents sometime. You got to kind of be ready. You got to be ready for maybe some unexpected things. And I thought our guys did a good job of just hanging with it, and we weren't playing great in stretches, but then making a key run at the right time to kind of get separation when it mattered.
Ivan looked like, in the red blue, he was picking it up in the second half, and then tonight, kind of the same thing in the second half. You kind of get the better feel. What do you think of this?
Pronunciation, it's Yvonne. I know it's spelled with an I, but we'll get that out there. Yvonne, he played really well. Yeah, I mean, he did a great job. He's kind of the guy, we've decided, to maybe swing a little bit 4-3, probably generally play the 3 more. But yeah, so he had to swing a lot. He played, 23 minutes his first night out, made some big plays in the second half. I think some of our guys are going to, what I think we got to get a better feel for is, our guys are good players and they were good prospects. And maybe they didn't have to do some of the dirty work. So I'm looking at some of these rebounding numbers and it's just not going to cut it. For him to play 23 minutes and not have a rebound, it's kind of eye-opening for me. But that being said, he did have some incredible effort plays in the second half and some great drives on offense.
Expectations from Delhi?
Delhi is just, he's an experienced guy. He's been in the battles. He's gotten a lot better. He's 6 of 12 from the 3 today, and so basically, if I do my math right, he's 5 for 5 from 2 and 1 for 7 from 3. I don't know how often he's going to go 1 for 7 from 3. So Delhi, it's just that fine line of being aggressive, but maybe not putting yourself in difficult situations and just kind of having an understanding of what that is. And listen, that's not easy to coach and that's not easy to play. So we've got to kind of help him with some of the gray areas but listen, he had 13 points today, ended up getting 4 steals, made a few good plays on defense. So I'm happy with Delhi and I trust his shot so much that I know 1 for 7 is a lot of nights going to be 4 for 7.
Kind of going off of that, where have you seen him grow defensively? Just
with his physicality. His physicality, has allowed him to maybe try to be a little bit more effective on the ball. But that being said, I think, teams are going to maybe be aggressive trying to drive him a little bit. So he's got to answer that bell a little bit. I think he got drove 2 times in the first half, and I think he gave up kind of a hustle offensive rebound, and those are areas he can grow, and those are plays he's expected to make now.
All right, that is the head coach of your Arizona Wildcats, Tommy Lloyd, just a little bit of his post-game press conference. So we'll have all that up on our website, Wildcats Radio 1290, so you can check that out over there for sure, coming up a little bit later. So that is going to put a wrap on things for us tonight here. It has been a long day, for sure, a long, long day. We got started with this thing at 4:30 in the morning with Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Gameday for football, and we are leaving the air at 6:30. We kind of figured it was going to be 14 hours, and that's what it turned out to be. All right, coming up tomorrow, a full day of National Football League action. We'll have the international game, as we have for the last several weeks. Coverage on that will begin at 6:15 in the morning. And who do we have tomorrow on the international game? We've got the Rams, the LA Rams, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And then, as soon as that game is over at 10, it's Carolina Panthers football. We are your official Southern Arizona home of Lathan Ransom from South Point Catholic High School, Teto McMillan from the U of A, and the Carolina Panthers, looking to get above 500 and could do so against the winless Jets on the road. Got to win on the road, though. 10 o'clock kickoff for that game. You'll hear that here. And then Sunday Night Football tomorrow night, another opportunity on our airwaves to feature another South Point Catholic grad. Our two South Point Catholic grads will both be on Wildcats Radio 1290 on Sunday. Lathan Ransom at 10, Bijan Robinson coming up at 5:20. Falcons visit the San Francisco 49ers. Coverage of that game will begin at 4:30 with NFL Sunday. Like to thank everybody that was a part of this long day. J.W. Madden on the board for Arizona basketball. David Dragon Ball Amata on the board on the AM side here for Arizona football. Dusty Dale. Dale, appreciate you over on the FM side doing double duty for both games. K-Hit 107.5. For Calvin Ifan and for Glenn Howe, my name is David Kelly. I'll give you both those final scores one more time. From Houston in front of 28,535, Arizona football on a walk-off field goal loses 31-28. And at McHale Center in front of 13,328, it was Arizona basketball 81, St. Mary's 68. I'm going to go to bed. Have a great rest of your weekend, everybody. And as always, bear down, Arizona.
Shadows painting our faces and traces a romance in our head. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thank you for listening to this special presentation from Wildcats Radio 1290. We now return you to your regular scheduled programming on the Infinity Sports Network.
Last week to Indiana. You know, guys, I intended to do this segment a couple of weeks ago. We had over 14 have fallen by the wayside. So who finishes the year unbeaten in college football? Who finishes a perfect 12-0? Ohio State is definitively going to be one of them. This is the closest thing we've seen to an NFL team playing in college football in quite some time. Like, no one even has a chance against them. The best any team can do, Washington hung around with Ohio State for a half. I think their closest call is going to be November 29th at Michigan. Why? Because it always is. They cannot get over that hump, but I think they will this year. Indiana is also unbeaten. Will they finish unbeaten? Are you ready for this? Yes, they will. Their head coach, Curt Cignetti, just signed an $11.5 million extension. How about that? He's really roughing it, right? I did think initially that their toughest games would be Oregon, October 11th, and at Penn State. But, boy, that Penn State game looks like nothing anymore, right? I think Indiana finishes unbeaten. How about unbeaten number 3? Texas A&M. Their toughest challenges at LSU, October 25th, and the return of the rivalry game, Texas on November 28th. At LSU is next week. LSU coming off a loss this week. I think A&M drops both of those games. I think they finish 10-2. I think this is a playoff team, but not an unbeaten team.